So the other part to that is like, there isn't a one size fits all solution. There's nothing where it's going to work for everybody, right? Monogamy doesn't work for everybody. Marriage doesn't work for everybody. Polygamy is not going to work for everybody.
Right.
I think the conversation is more so pushing towards not making polygamy so taboo and allowing space for families to exist outside of just monogamy in a way where, one, it's legal, so that all of the paperwork is there to make sure that everybody's protected, and two, that it's promoting families, not just a family, but families as well, right? And the more of that you have, whether it's polygamous or monogamous, the more you have community, right? And so instead of trying to put a round peg into a square box, allowing a little bit of flexibility for people to establish legal marriages in a way that still pushes the community forward instead of it constantly fracturing because it doesn't work for everybody.
Right. I mean, think about it. Men got work wives. They got all kind of different shit they got going on. Just make this legal.
Please get rid of that work wife.
Work wife secretaries.
Yo, I've watched that work wife shit recently blow up in somebody's face.
What?
The woman, just notice, obviously we know what the atmosphere is for any kind of male and sexual innuendo. The one thing I've noticed that the women are masterful at this. They do it in a way that gives them all deniability in the end. They could just say they didn't mean it that way. I was like, what, the second a man makes, any kind of innuendo, that shit will end your career, bro. That shit is crazy. Don't do that work wife shit. That's just dangerous.
That is dangerous.
For that.
Yeah. Anybody that trying to jump on some D at work, then you ass out.
Well, I don't think they're actually having sex, are they?
Oh, man, Shan, I come from the hospital environment, okay? They was fucking like it's bad. Like you saw nurses made the list of people that cheat the most. I've seen engaged women cheating. I've seen women that were married for 2 weeks cheating. Any kind of
because
situation.
of the excitement of it all. Like there it is again.
And Shan. Because I'm in the when I made it to administration and I got access to the cameras, they're doing this shit at work. They're doing it at work. They're not waiting till they get home. If they work the overnight shift, they're not saying, "Hey, meet me, my wife." They're doing that shit on closed units at work, thinking the cameras don't work.
Somebody said there's plenty of beds.
Plenty of beds.
What?
Hold up.
Plenty of beds.
Hold up. Imagine.
That's why you sit in the lobby waiting for a bed to come open. These Negroes in there.
At the behavioral hospital, we had a unit that was closed for a year. They got rid of the child's program, like 5 and below. The behavioral health for 5 and below. They got rid of that program. Empty unit. You know how they cover the beds in that like plastic stuff. The housekeepers didn't speak Spanish and kept trying to find the word for sperm, like nut. So because like they're upset and shit. And I'm like, what is she saying? I don't know. Steve, the gay guy, nurse manager, don't know. So we got to go find somebody in the hospital. Hector, come here. What are they saying? The goods that take us to the unit. These people been fucking so much. They don't even bother bringing a rag. They just nutting on the plastic and on the bed. That's how much they be getting it. And she's like, I'm tired of cleaning this shit up.
Well,
I was like, yo, they be
long
getting
shifts, honey. Would they be 12-hour shifts, baby?
Yo, they be getting it in. Anybody of any rank. The DON.
Trigger Mike, the last when we was at the previous group, the dude was talking about using a latex glove. You remember that story?
No.
What?
Where he said he didn't have access to a condom, so he found
no. I remember.
And his thing ain't fit in it?
No, he probably. You know what?
I'm done.
Use a thumb side.
That's still. I'm done.
Yeah, use a thumb side. That shit look like a.
He kept that to himself.
No
Listen,
glove, no
modern
love.
problems require modern solutions.
Yo,
Now you
what's
what you
that
got.
show, man? I wish because it would not allow me to save I'm sorry, export it. I saved all that stuff, but I used it. So here's the funny: the people that I had to fire, here's how they used to get you. The people that smoke. I'm sorry, this is when hospitals still allowed people that smoked. So you saw a bunch of non-smokers taking smoke breaks, right? So you were like, smoke break, you left the unit for 30 minutes. That put us out of compliance. So when I was firing people, people were trying to get real technical and was like, no, I made it back in 30 minutes. And I'd be like, there was not a smoke break. And I just pause and look. And they'd be like, what you mean? Oh shit, that nigga caught me fucking okay. Like they would be
So
thinking
you
in their
guys used
head,
to give
like,
people a break for smoking?
say that again.
You guys used to give people a break for smoking, like a smoke break?
Smoke breaks used to be smoke. Look, aside from hospitals saying that people they test it in your blood now too, that people can't smoke. It was something we could not like schedule for because you remember nurses can't leave the unit with patients on it or two nurses, right? If there's 2 nurses per unit, they would add up the smoke breaks people took. It would amount up to like four breaks. So yeah, they had to do away with that. It was becoming it was leaving units out of compliance.
That's amazing that they even had that as an opportunity. Like that's
Yeah, they were abusing it. They were abusing the shit out of it.
okay.
So,
What was
so
you saying,
HD,
Marcus?
HD, what do you think the solution for, say, a man who has 3 baby mamas? What do you think would be the legal
Snip?
solution for that situation, or what would be a suggested solution?
Come to an agreement between
Okay,
you and your baby mamas, whether it's on paper, whether it's verbal. I mean, listen, there's protection that you can put in, even outside of marriage, that you can protect and leave in a will, cover bank accounts, put your funds, make deals, and all this other stuff. But overall, like
day to day.
the the issue is it's not that people aren't having these situations like multiple baby mamas and multiple baby dads, all this other stuff. The issue is that these things could have been prevented, but they weren't. So we are trying to fix issues that should have never been an issue because people out here willy nilly with the freedom to do whatever they want. So
Except the
like,
right thing.
well, you're right. And oftentimes it's like, even when you talk about preventing pregnancy, right? You got, deletions, you got contraceptives, but the simplest, most effective solution is just not to have sex. But that's not on the table for most people because the reality is sex feels great. If sex didn't feel as good, we wouldn't be engaging in it as much. But because it feels good and we're not really caring about the responsibilities, like I tell any woman, like, if I'm willing to have sex with you, I've already considered you having my child, and what that means. Most brothers ain't thinking about that. They literally just been like, listen, this is about to feel great. I'm here for a good time, not a long time, and I'm gonna get my rocks off. I'm gonna roll. But it's just like, I just think that, like, I don't have as much of an issue with polygamy as I once did. I have some hesitations and whatnot as far as the long term effectiveness of it, but overall, I'm like, listen, if you got a household that are in agreement and that they are on one accord and that they are listeners and respecters and honorable and stuff like that, you have the greatest chance of it succeeding. But if you do not have that situation where you have reasonable people that listen, that are flexible, and then actually on one accord, like, you're asking for the same things that we already got. A bunch of situationships, everything is jacked up, and then you got more people jacked up in the same household than the 1 or 2 people that was in the household before. So I always just caution, like, listen, like, tread softly, be careful, because the reality is that if y'all, meaning men and women, aren't willing to work together, we're all doomed. There's no way we can move forward if we don't work together.